Now at 6, these strains of pet overpopulation are putting local shelters in a tough spot, and many are reaching full capacity. Good evening, and thank you so much for tuning into your ABC Big 2 News at 6. I'm Mike Mahoney. And because of this increase, local organizations and shelters are asking people in the basin to consider several things when encountering a stray, and they're telling folks how they can help out. And ABC Big 2's Gabriela Meza has more tonight.
The large amount of strays in both Midland and Odessa is nothing new, and neither are the fluctuations in the amount of animals staying in the shelter. However, both Midland and Odessa animal shelters have reported to be at or near full capacity with a wait list. Taylor Mauricio, the adoption coordinator for the Odessa Animal Shelter, said that the stray holding area has been experiencing capacity issues.
Not only do we have adopted animals here that are needing homes, but there's also people that are needing to bring in animals.
For those who bring in these strays to help, the Odessa Animal Shelter asks people to understand that the overpopulation is making it difficult to take these animals in.
Fortunately, they would have to understand, if they do pick up this animal, they have to understand that when they come to the shelter, we might not be able to take it in right then and there.
Karen Patterson, the executive director of Fix West Texas, a local organization that works to prevent the number of strays through affordable pet care, also told people to avoid taking their pets to the shelters.
If they find a lost animal or find themselves in a position where they have to surrender their animal, we're asking them not to use our shelter. When you drop off dogs or cats at the shelter, there is a big chance that they're going to be euthanized because they just don't have the space to keep them all, and there's not enough adopters.
Christina Taylor, manager of the Odessa Humane Society, a no-kill animal shelter, also added that they're experiencing these influxes in the amount of people trying to drop off strays and get quote-unquote 30 to 50 people a day. And the source of the population problem? Well, shelters and local organizations attribute it to the lack of people who neuter and spay their pets.
Unfortunately, people don't spay and neuter their animals, which results in unwanted litters, which unfortunately end up coming here at one point or another.
Because of the lack of spayed and neutered pets, local organizations such as Fix West Texas offer affordable pet health care and encourage pet owners to spay their animals.
So we try to make spay and neuter an option for everybody, regardless of income. I mean, we really just need to encourage everybody to spay and neuter, our friends, our coworkers, our family, our next door neighbors, and make it the standard. If you find an animal, spay it or neuter. If you have a stray you're feeding, spay or neuter it. Because if you're not, then you are contributing to the problem.
Both Fix West Texas and local animal shelters said that spaying, neutering, and adopting helped tremendously with this overpopulation and encouraged everybody to do it.
I mean, we can do things. We can move mountains here in Midland and Odessa, and I think we have what it takes to conquer this problem.
Reporting from Midland and Odessa, Gabriela Meza, ABC Big 2 News.
And you can learn more about groups like Fix West Texas right now on our website. That's yourbasin.com.